Hello, everybody, and welcome to Menti Breaky Epi 42E. Are you confused?
Lower. No, I'm going to turn it up a bit.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. I guess we can dive in.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Another week.
You go.
Another week in the new year. How are we doing? How's everyone doing? You know, I didn't say this in the last episode. My one New Year's resolution is just not to step foot in a 7-Eleven this year.
Oh.
I live over a 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
destroying my life.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, you live so close to it. Why do you not want to step in it?
Why? Because it's so expensive. I spend all my money there. I just buy insane amounts of junk food and binge on it and then like cry after.
Want to hear
horrible.
a funny story?
Go on.
I used to live right next to a convenience store, or like it was like a tiny little, like, this isn't racist, but like two Asians like ran it, whatever. And like I used to go in, and every Sunday I would buy a Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie.
Amazing.
Like for myself, and every Sunday they'd be like, "Is this just for you?"
They would say that?
Yeah, they would say that, and then they would look at me and I'd be like, "Yeah, can I help you?" Or I think like once or twice they said it, but
That's
anyways,
crazy.
Then, and no one else was ever in there except me.
Yeah, like you're welcome.
Yeah, like literally you're welcome for my fat habits.
Yeah.
So then I moved, and when I went back down there, they were closed.
Yeah, because they were fully being supported by your one Ben and Jerry purchase a week.
Yeah, so I'm like, literally you're welcome for like your entire income.
Yeah.
For 3 years eating Ben and Jerry's.
That's
like,
the pizza near me.
Yeah.
That I would always order from. I went through a phase of like trying not to eat, and it went out of business. And I was like, fuck, like I was the only person ordering pizza from this.
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
I was like, I kept your whole life afloat.
Yeah.
And you judged me, and this is your karma.
And that was the one Asian guy that was not, and he would make fun of me. He also would be like, too much food for one person. And I'm like,
this is your household income.
Yeah, I know. And I stop and you went out of business. Yeah, look at us. If you want your Asian owned business to succeed, simply move in next to Hannah and Monica. We'll keep it going.
We could probably clip this, but we'd have to cut out all the Asian stuff.
Why? They are Asians.
I guess.
We're not saying anything bad.
We're not.
They're the ones making fun of us.
We're not generalizing Asians. These were our personal experiences.
These are actual people that we dealt with. Do you want me to be more specific? I'm almost 99% sure he was Chinese. Does that make you feel better?
I actually helped him once because it was like nighttime, and it was like Friday night, so there were a lot of drunk people. So I was like holding my Ben and Jerry's. And there's this guy who was like this white guy who was super drunk, and he was being really rude. And like I knew that the guy who worked there like didn't speak good English, and his like partner wasn't there. And he was like, "You don't understand. Like, why don't you understand?" And he was kind of like yelling at the guy.
Oh my gosh.
So like I went up and I was like, I helped him because like I knew the store so well because I lived there, and like I guess he was like looking for something or like whatever, and the guy was like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, I'm literally just keeping your business afloat and like assisting you with translation.
Yeah, so can you stop asking me if this ice
whole
cream's
thing is
all
for me?
Yeah,
like it is. I've told you that already. So you mentioned do you leave bad reviews?
Yeah, okay. So I had an Uber the other day, and it like legit I got in and I looked in the back because I was like, there must be a soaking wet dog in this car with me, and that's the only reason why it smells like this. I literally looked over the back seat because I was like, was there
anything there?
No. And I'm just like, come on. Like,
you
can't let a car smell like this and pick me up. Like, come on. And I still gave him like 3 stars because I felt like bad, because I think when you give them like 1 star, they're just like fired or whatever.
Yeah. I feel really bad because it's like if I get into an Uber and like it smells or they're a bad driver or like something happens or whatever, it's like it's still their livelihood, and they'll still be like, "Are you okay?" Like I remember one time this guy took so long to find me, and like I literally saw him from across the street, and I was like, "Just stay there," and he like didn't, and he was driving around, and like I was so tired, and like it took like 10 minutes, and I was ready to give him a bad review, and then he's like, "Oh, my first day in Canada today," and I was like, "Well, fuck me."
Which
Like-
I'm sure it's not, but like, yeah.
And then he was like using a Google Translator.
Oh.
But then he was like,
yeah.
I wish, like in the Google Translator, it was like, I wish I had more friends to practice my English. And I was like,
oh god. I know that's the thing is like I do like with Uber, I'm like I feel bad leaving a bad review because I'm
yeah,
like you're still losing.
yeah,
Like even if I like no matter what you're still driving Uber, you
Yeah.
like this is not obviously ideal and probably not you're not happy about it. So I do feel bad and I don't want to take anything away from anyone, but at the other hand I'm like now I smell like wet dog.
yeah. And that's, the
That's
thing
not
too, is
great.
like me leaving you a bad review, like your life is already probably not going well. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Be
I feel like,
no offense, but this isn't actually going to make anything that worse.
but there are times where I do leave bad reviews if it's warranted.
Yeah.
I actually have a bit of a Yelp following.
Yeah, you were. I know this about you.
Yeah.
You leave Yelp reviews,
It's
which is
some-
crazy.
If something's really bad, because it's also like, this is probably unhealthy, but it's like a way for me to get out my rage, you know? I'm like, give me a reason. Like,
Have they ever replied to you?
yeah. Well, I remember, did I talk about this on the podcast? I sued my dentist.
No.
Oh.
You would sue your dentist.
So what happened was I left them a bad, well, okay, it's a whole story, but like I left a really bad review and they were like, sorry you had this issue. Like they were kind of being sassy.
they're always sassy.
Yeah. And then like, I remember like my mom called them because she was like, what the hell? Because she's the one. Okay. Basically what happened was I had the same dentist like growing up in my hometown. And then when I moved, like my mom found me a new dentist because I was like, I don't know, 20, like whatever. And then basically I was going for like 2 years. And then at the end of the 2 years, I was like, do I have any cavities to the hygienist? And she was like, I can't tell you that. I'm just a hygienist. And I was like, but and she was like, you would have to see the dentist for that. And then I was like, I've never seen the dentist like since I've been here.
In 2 years?
So then I went to the front desk and then I like called my mom.
Were you just booking a cleaning then?
Yeah, but no one like I was just like, I want to come see the dentist. Like I don't fucking know. I'm 20 years old.
Right. Okay.
So, and I'm like, I don't know if they're checking for cavities or not. And then I called my mom and I was like, is it weird that for 2 years I've never seen the dentist? And she was like, what the fuck? So then I like went there and I was like, she's like, ask them why you haven't seen the dentist. Because you know when you go in, like,
Oh yeah, the dentist comes in.
Yeah,
at the
they come
end
in
and
at the
they're like-
end.
and everyone applauds.
Everyone
and
applauds,
everyone's
and it's a
the
whole
And then they're
thing.
like, hi, and then you open your mouth for 1 second.
Yeah.
and they're like, you owe me
It's all-
$800.
Exactly.
and then they tap your mouth and walk away.
exactly.
Yeah, I know the dentist.
So I didn't have
You
that.
never got that fun experience.
Never got the tap. And my mom was like, what the fuck? So then I went to them and I was like, hey, like, is there a reason why I haven't seen the dentist in 2 years? And they're like, because the first time you came, we asked you if you wanted to set up an initial appointment with the dentist for $300 and you said no. And as such, because you didn't set up that like 2-hour $300 appointment, you automatically opted out of ever seeing a dentist.
Yeah, maybe they should have explained that.
Exactly.
That's
So then
crazy.
I was like, okay. And then I like called my mom, and then my mom called them. Like I get it. Okay, my mom, it's my mom. It's not me. I'm not like the patient, but she was the one who like set it up. She's like, my daughter has never fucking like been to a dentist outside of like where I grew up, like Thornhill, where I took her. So like, what are you doing? And then they hung up on my mom. Like they hung up the phone, and we were like, no. So then I left the review, and then they like wouldn't call us back. Like I kept calling and my mom kept calling, and they like weren't picking up the phone. And then they were like, sorry you had this bad experience, or like something like that, like
Yeah.
exclamation point. And I was like, oh baby, you have messed with the wrong family. So then I found something called the Canadian Dental Association, where you can submit like a complaint.
Okay.
So I submitted a complaint against my dentist, and they got back to me, and I had to write like a letter or something about what happened. And like the letter was so fucking good, Hannah. I was like, what about vulnerable like members of society who don't have a mom who they can call to be like, hey, is this normal or not?
Yeah.
Like I would have just kept going because I think I'm going to the dentist.
Yeah.
I'm putting myself in like care.
Yeah.
And then the case went on for like 2 years, and my dentist ended up firing the hygienist that was working with me.
Wow.
And then, which wasn't right. Like, my hygienist was just doing her job. Like, it was the dentist that should have, like, whatever. And they had to send, like, because I got a copy of everything. It was like 100 pages of every single documentation they ever had with me. And they had to send that all to the association. And then the association ruled in my favor, and I won.
Nice. Did you get money?
I didn't get money, but at this point, it wasn't about the money for me. Because even at one point, they were like, do you want to do, like, mediation, or do you want to just, like, go after them? And I was like, let's just fucking go after them. I don't care. And then they were like, you're trying to, in, like, this letter or whatever, like, their evidence, they were like, she's trying to ruin our business and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm just saying the experience that I had.
Yeah.
And there's people who are going to you and they don't know this. And they were like, you need to show the documentation where you told her that she would never see a dentist by opting out of this thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't have it.
Because they didn't do that.
Because they didn't do it. And then, so basically there's like a mark from...
That's so weird.
So there's like some kind of mark from the Canadian Dental Association on their like business.
Yeah.
So now they have to like make sure they follow all these protocols, and I think like keep sending documents to the association.
Wow.
And I was like, babe, you want to fuck with me on Yelp and you want to hang up
on Yelp.
Yeah, and you want to hang up on my mom?
Yeah, like
you don't know who you're messing with.
All they had to do was like
be nice.
Treat you guys with a little respect and be like, you know what, we effed up. Like,
and they didn't think,
what can we do to fix this?
Yeah, and this legal thing went on for like 2 years. Like I kept getting notices being like,
sure,
it's still going on.
Yeah.
They're still sending stuff, and they had to send like 200 pages. And like I remember even at one point, like they interviewed the hygienist, and she was like, "Oh, now I understand why I got fired. Like they like didn't tell her." And it wasn't her fault.
God.
Like, she was doing her job.
Wow, this place sounds horrible. Do you want to out them?
I honestly forget their business, but I can. I'll find it, and I'll let the listeners know.
But, like, dentists' office in general are, like, scam artists.
Dentists are so sketchy.
They're scam artists.
Yeah, because they're, like, not under, like, the same OHIP or whatever the fuck it is, like Canadian healthcare.
Yeah, because they're truly, like... Yeah, they're just like figuring out ways to make more money, but people are vulnerable and they don't know what they're doing, and they are just trying to take care of their health. And then they're just like, I could probably scam. We'll never show Monica a dentist, but we'll keep charging her for all these appointments.
Yeah, and then if she wants to see a dentist, she has to pay $300.
But that's like but that's just, I think, standard. Like when you go to a dental place, their initial fee is outrageous.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if I've ever seen...
I haven't seen it at 300.
And I
would
feel
say
like
it's normally like 150 to 200. 300's crazy.
Yeah. But I even, like, I was looking for a new dentist for a really long time, and I went to one place, and I just, like, didn't trust them. Like, I didn't like them.
No. The only reason I stay with mine, and they might be a bit more expensive than others, is because the two dentists, the two guys that do it, I trust completely. Yeah. Because I went to their sister company in a different part of Toronto because I couldn't get in with them, and the lady that did it was pushing, like, she was like, you have 1 million cavities. If you don't fix everything right now, all your teeth are gonna fall out. You need to do this. You need to have these caps. She was like, you need to do it all today. And I was like so panicked. I was like, what's the most important thing? She's like, Hannah, it's all important. And I was like, oh my God, like didn't have any insurance, and she was doing all this. I'm panicking. And then she like left, and I was like with the receptionist, I was like, can I hold off on everything? Just because I had a weird feeling. And then I went to my dentist, and he's like, everything's great. And I go, your other dentist said my teeth were all about to fall out. I have 1 million cavities, and I need to put this, do all this stuff. He's like, if we do that stuff, it's not going to work. Because she was telling me I needed caps and stuff. He's like, he was the one that was like, you need braces before you need to do, what do they call it? Like, basically, like, beautify. He's like, you can't do any of this. Like, it's not going to work. And I'm like, well, this is your other dentist.
What did he say?
He was like, he was just like...
He didn't comment on
No, he didn't comment. I go, and she told me I have 1 million cavities. He goes, there's one that we can fill. You won't even need freezing. You want to do it right now? I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but other than that, you're fine. I was like...
Well, that's what happened to me, too, is I went to one place, and, like, it just felt sketchy, and, like, they were like, yeah, you need to fill these cavities, and, like, you have all this stuff. And then I went to, another dentist who was, like, in my area and just, like, seemed trustworthy. He's like, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
they really like prey on the fact that you're vulnerable
Well,
and you're
yeah.
scared.
There's no like standard.
No.
It's kind of the same with like chiropractors. Like if you go to different chiropractors, they're all doing like such different shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
there's no standard.
But I am a massage therapist, and I always read the court cases.
Yeah.
Like, not always, but I will, because like in our like monthly thing, it'll be like, these are all the court cases that are currently happening. And, or like, these are the people being reprimanded. And it's so funny to think that you were one of the people pursuing one of these cases.
Yeah, I was.
Like, I know I'm massage, but it's the same thing. It's
the association.
It's the association versus the
it
person.
was me. I've been trying to actually think of like writing a joke about it. Because there definitely is something there. Like, you fuck with me on Yelp.
Yeah.
And you fuck with my mother.
But I also just think it's funny that you're like, I've never seen a dentist. Like, what have I been doing?
No, what have I been doing?
Where am I?
And she's like, I didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
I thought that I was getting, like,
You're
I
like,
thought
am
that
I
someone...
in a dental office?
I thought that someone was looking at, like, my cavities or, like, my gum disease. Or anything.
You're like, what's been happening when I come here?
She's like, no, I put some fluoride in and call it a day.
Yeah, I brush your teeth for you and then charge you $200
exactly.
every time. That's very funny.
Isn't that insane? And then so
That's
then
insane.
when they snubbed me on Yelp, then I was like, what's the next step here?
Yeah.
And then I like Googled and I was like, oh, there's a Canadian Dental Association. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
It's very serious. Like, I hope to never be brought to court by someone.
Well,
that I
yeah.
massage.
And I won.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was pretty crazy, too, because my mom was like, look, it's good that you, like, filed something, but the fact that they sided with you over, like, a dentist within their association.
Well, that's not that crazy. Like, the association does not give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
but they're,
I pay
like,
fees.
unbiased.
No, the association is technically there to protect the public. That's my association doesn't care about me at all. It's there to protect the public. So that's why it's like, I pay fees every year to basically get sued if I do something wrong.
I guess that's similar with CPA. Like, I'm a part of the accounting association and I pay fees. And if I do anything wrong, that's why I can't do people's taxes.
Right.
Because like if they go back to the association that I'm part of, then I'm like fucked.
Gotcha. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, obviously they did something wrong. And of course, if they had like no paperwork charting this stuff too, that's like a huge no-no. Because like when I look at the massage cases, a lot of the times it's like this guy like molested someone.
Oh.
So it's like it's always like this guy tried to hit on this person. This guy like felt this person's boobs and said it was like necessary for the massage. I'm like, well, I'm not out there doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
Yeah. I would agree with the association protecting the public in those cases.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if they sided with you, that's a very significant.
Mm-hmm. And then the other review that I left, this is why I'm big on Yelp. Mm-hmm. I'm popular. So my other review was I went to Eastside Mario's in Guelph, and I ordered the chicken parmesan. I was hungover and I ordered the chicken parmesan. And you can't eat the whole chicken parmesan. So me and my best friend Paige, we would go out in Guelph, and then the next day we would get chicken parmesan. We would eat half of it at the Eastside Mario's. We would pack up the other half and eat it right when we got home. Mm-hmm. And that was our schedule. So I eat half of my chicken parmesan. I give it to the guy to pack up, and I watch him drop my chicken parmesan on the floor.
Don't say pick it up.
Pick it up.
Monica.
Put it into a to-go container.
This is worse than the dentist.
And give it back to me.
That's a crime.
I was in shock. I was in complete shock. I couldn't even say anything. I was thinking...
I would rather not see a dentist for 2 years than have someone do that to me.
Well, I was thinking maybe I, like, was in an alternate universe because he, like, gave it back to me as if it was, like, nothing.
You're like, oh, I just hallucinated.
Yeah.
That. I must have.
And he just...
and
I was
there's
like...
no way that would have ever happened.
And it happened. And then I had to throw out my chicken parmesan, obviously.
You didn't say anything to him?
No, I was in shock.
I can understand that, though.
What am I supposed to say? Like, I saw you drop it on the floor?
That's crazy.
I was so uncomfortable and in shock. And then Paige got to eat her chicken parmesan when we got home. It was honestly...
crazy.
It was insane.
Yeah, but that's like... I also, like...
I could cry thinking about it.
I do get like that's horrible, but I also get it like on his part because he's like, what am I gonna do? Like thinking that no one saw him. He's like, I make minimum wage.
I know.
I'm also hungover.
Yeah.
What am I can't make this girl a new chicken parm.
That's what I would have done if I was him.
Picked it up or
No,
made a new chicken parm?
I would have been like, hey, I'm so
hey,
sorry.
I dropped it. Do you want me to make you a new chicken parm?
Yes.
That's true. You could just do that.
Like it has
but
nothing.
then you'd be like, my boss is going to yell at me.
That's true.
You know what I could do? Just fucking pick it up. And he was wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he was right.
He was wrong.
But I do also, this guy is also, he hates his life.
Yeah. I didn't do it.
Every minute he's alive, he's like, I want to die.
He also gave
And
it
when
back
he
to me
dropped
like
the
nothing.
Parm, he was like, yeah.
There was no sorrow in his eyes.
No, there's nothing going on up there. Like he gave up years ago.
Yeah.
He's a server at Eastside Mario's.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna go home and just like jerk off.
Yeah.
Oh, and just smoke weed.
Jerk off into a chicken parmesan.
Yeah. So he's got nothing.
That's true. Anyways, left that review. And then I honestly think I've only ever left 3 bad reviews. And then the other reviews are like, it's like leave a 5-star review to get a free whatever. So you'll see me like, I think I randomly left a review of like a avocado toast in Australia because it was like get a free avocado toast. And I was like, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
The third bad review I gave was I was trying to dye my hair like darker. Like I liked it brown, but I wanted it like darker brown. I don't know. And then I went once and she was like, why don't we just do it black? And my mom was there too. She's like, yeah, just do it black. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't. And she's like, it's okay. Like, it'll wash out. Like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, fine. So, and she was like saying to me, like, it'll wash out like in a couple weeks or whatever. Don't worry. Dyes it black. I hate it immediately. I go home. I try to like wash it out. Like, immediately it's not coming out. And then I Google and it's like, black is the most permanent hair dye.
Sure.
And like it literally won't come out. And I was like, perfect. So then I had to buy like a lifting shampoo to like lift out the color, which like totally killed my hair for like so long. And like that's honestly why I wear my hair like back a lot, because in that time, and I honestly don't think my hair has ever recovered.
Well, that can't be true.
Do you think? Like, because you know when people
you have a new head of hair since that time.
I guess, but can't you like affect like your scalp with certain things? Like if you keep bleaching it and stuff.
Yeah, but doing it once,
I guess so.
Wouldn't.
So that was in 2013.
I mean, maybe, but
Yeah.
I think once you have a new head of hair, if you only did it once, it's
like if you shave or if you really fuck up your hair and then you shave your head,
it's fine.
Yeah. So that was in 2013, and that was the last time I've ever gone to a hairdresser.
That's crazy. I do feel bad for hairdressers because they're also just like guessing. But I think they shouldn't be so confident.
Yeah.
Because I've had that because I dye my hair whatever color.
Right.
And they'll like argue with me.
Yes.
And like sometimes I'm right.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this is what I want. They're like, it's not going to look good. And then they do it. I'm like, actually, it looks amazing. I was right. You were wrong.
Well, it's also like, I just don't understand the fight. Because if I'm like, I want this.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's not going to look good. Like, I actually didn't ask.
I'm like, provide your opinion.
Yeah.
No, I don't mind if they're like, this is what I think. But yeah, when they're like, no, you should dye your hair black, it'll wash out. That's a bit not good.
Yeah, like because I was like, I don't know if I want to do this or not.
Yeah, I've never had that.
Yeah.
If I'm ever like, I don't know if I want to do this, they're like, all right, then let's not do it.
Right. Anyway, so then I left a bad review there, and that was 2013, the last time I've seen a hairdresser. And then, so I cut my own hair. And then in COVID, I bleached my hair.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And I tell people that, they're like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, yeah,
you bleached
I did.
your whole hair?
No, I did it like a balayage kind of thing.
Oh.
So I went into somewhere like a hair, like Sally hair products, and they were like, please don't do this.
Yeah, because it's COVID and everyone was just like messing with their hair.
Yeah, like
and
making bread.
Poor Sally during COVID.
Sally during COVID was fucking lit.
Everyone was just like giving themselves bangs and like bleaching their hair, and they're like, please stop. Like, we don't want to enable you guys anymore. And we're like, no,
literally.
give us bleach.
No, I went in. She was like, please go home and watch Brad Mondo hair bleach fail videos.
Yeah, I
Have
used
you
to
seen
watch
those?
these during COVID.
Yeah. So there's this guy named Brad Mondo. He's like a famous hair guy.
Yeah.
And basically he'll like review these like
People just trying to do stuff with their hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like there's all these girls that try to bleach their hair and literally they put the bleach in their hair and then they go to
And their
take
hair
it out
falls
and their hair
out.
falls
Yeah.
out or they like burn their scalp.
Or I would always watch the ones where they're giving themselves bangs.
Oh
they'll
yeah.
like line it up perfectly. He's like, okay, great. And then they pull on it. He goes, why are you pulling?
No, he screams. He's like,
I know, because they'll have it, but he's like, great, good luck. And then they'll be
Yeah.
like, okay. And they'll pull and cut. And
Yeah.
then it'll like spring
Yeah.
back. And he's like, so good.
no, he's so funny because he'll be watching and he'll be like, that's gonna burn her hair off. That's gonna burn her hair off. And then she like brushes it through and her hair falls out and she starts
Yeah.
screaming and he starts screaming. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I'm at home being like, oh my God. So I watched all these fail videos. So like
Mhm.
I knew what not to do.
Mhm.
And then I went and I like bought literally powdered bleach. I actually have a video of me bleaching
Okay.
my hair. It's private, but I can put it public on my YouTube. I bought powdered bleach, developer, and I mixed like a 20-30 volume developer
Okay.
with the powdered bleach, and then I just like would go from the ends up to make
Mhm.
like a balayage, and then I washed it out, and then I bought toner
Mhm.
and I like toned it, and actually the first round looked pretty good.
Nice.
But then I got a little crazy with it because I was like, I'm gonna do more, and then like
Yeah.
half my hair was like blonde,
Oh,
and then the
okay.
top half was brown.
Yeah.
And then I bought brown hair dye,
Okay.
demi-permanent, and I just covered the blonde and
Mhm.
waited for it to grow out.
Fair.
So I can do my own hair.
Yeah.
Well, so now Hannah didn't even know that I dyed my hair, so
No, I did. I honestly, like, for a second, I was like, something's different with your hair.
okay.
But when you're like, oh, I dyed it, I was like, oh. Because
Yeah.
I saw it. At first, I did think it looked lighter. But then I
Right.
thought it looked darker. And then it all made sense because you were covering.
My
Grays.
grays. Yeah.
So on a whole, it seems darker. But
Right.
when I was like looking at it, it like hit the light. And I was like, it seems more brown today.
That's my thing is with any hair dye that I've found, like when it hits the light, the
Yeah, it
undertones are
changes.
so weird.
Yeah, but that's that's the thing. My hair is always like red in the light.
Yeah.
And then when I go in, I'm like, no, I like this. And then I go into the light and I'm like, I have copper hair now.
I know, yeah.
But in the dark,
Yeah.
I might like the color or vice versa.
Exactly. And like I find with like natural hair it doesn't do that. It, like, is just
no,
its
just
color.
the same color, yeah. It's funny you didn't go back. You should have gone back to that hairdresser though, or complained and been like, I want you to fix this, because they're supposed to fix it for free.
I think I was like so scarred
Oh, okay.
and I never wanted to see her again.
Yeah, I would go back in. And because I've had that. I've had
Yeah.
that twice where I'm like, I hate what you did to my hair. I don't think it's like what you said was going to happen.
And you've gone back?
Yeah.
I'm
And
proud
be
of you. I
like-
think you would be too scared.
Well, I wasn't like, I hate what you did, but I was like, this isn't what I was expecting and I don't like it.
Right.
So what can we do to
Oh.
fix it? And then they're like, we can do this, this, and this. And I'm like, perfect. And I haven't paid when
Right.
I've gone back. And then, but I'll usually like leave another tip. I'm like, here for your time, whatever.
Right.
But I never pay for the second one. I've done
Oh.
that twice.
Yeah, maybe I should have, but I was like so sad and it just like wasn't coming out.
Yeah, I guess, and
'Cause
also,
also-
it's also scary to like go back to the person that ruined your hair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I had never seen her before.
yeah,
And then I was like, well, what can you do? Because you've put in the darkest color.
I've had like my one time my boss, the head of the spa that I worked at once at the Ritz, she came into work with like purple hair
Oh.
because she wanted to go like beige basically, or like very very cool white.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And to do that, you have to go light purple.
Right.
And they were like, "Don't worry, it's gonna fade." She comes in and she's like, "So it didn't fade."
Oh, no.
But then she just had to go to work with like purple hair.
Yeah.
And so that she's like, yeah, I have to like do all this stuff, and I've been doing stuff at home. But she like is like among like high executives.
That's so annoying.
Oh, it was so bad. She was furious. We
Yeah,
were
I'm
just
sure.
Like, you definitely have purple hair.
Yeah. Speaking of color, so remember a couple weeks ago that guy asked me what bird I would be, and I would be a magpie, and I was like, it would be really basic if he said blue jay.
Yeah.
Guess what he said?
Go on.
Blue jay.
Of course.
And then he goes, magpie is the most unique answer that I've gotten.
Yeah, because no one wants to answer your fucking dumb question. Of course, it's the most unique answer. Probably he would
Probably
also say,
only.
you're the only person to respond to me.
Well, I want to read why he said Blue Jay because
Yeah.
literally I didn't even understand what he was talking about.
I'm sure it's like, and by the way, it better be a good answer since this is your question, you know?
Yeah, like if this is your question, you need something better than Blue Jay. I don't care what your answer is.
Yeah.
So he said, I like that they are winter birds and appear more when the weather hits, especially with the bright colors.
Oh my God. Okay. So they go.
I can't even fathom what that meant in my brain.
I think he means he likes that they go south for the winter and then they appear more when it's spring, and then he likes their bright colors.
Oh, I thought he meant they come out in the winter.
But they don't. So if that's what he's saying, then he's also just wrong. Do they come out in the winter?
I don't think so.
I always see them in the spring.
It sounds like someone in grade 2 wrote an answer to why they like Blue
birds.
Jays.
Maybe they are winter birds and you see them when
Honestly,
it's cold. You still see a blue jay. Did you reply?
No. No. He's like, magpie is unique. I'm like, yeah.
I'm sure every girl just said sparrow.
Okay, let's move on. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, sweater,
Okay.
sweatpants,
Okay.
comfy socks.
Okay.
Go.
I would. Oh. Okay. I would fuck comfy socks.
Nice.
Because, like, comfy socks actually, like, I'll get into bed and I'll be like, I don't need socks.
Of course.
And then my feet are cold. I'm like, I need socks.
I see.
And then I put on the socks. And
You're
then I'm like, no, but then I'm like, okay.
I don't need socks?
That I warmed up my feet and then I kick them off.
So you're fucking them.
I'm fucking the socks.
Makes sense.
Already.
Yeah.
Did you do this because I only wear sweaters?
I do this because this is normally the outfit I see you in.
Yeah. This is my first time wearing jeans on the podcast.
It's because this is your everyday outfit.
I'd marry sweaters.
Of course.
And then I guess I would have to kill sweatpants.
Wow.
But I could kill sweatpants because I have some comfortable leggings.
True.
So, like, I love them, but I don't need them. And if you're going to put
True.
them up against socks and sweaters,
Yeah.
that's my only option.
Yeah.
That was a hard one, Hannah. You knew that would be hard for me.
I knew it would be hard for you.
Yeah.
But
You
I
knew
knew
that would
you
break-
would have to marry a sweater. Of course.
Yeah.
And you know what? I might say, this is crazy, but like I love socks.
Okay.
I always need to be in socks. Like
Yeah.
I hate not being in socks.
Do you have sex in socks?
No, and I
Okay.
don't wear them to bed.
Okay.
But like you know how some girls are like, I hate when a guy has sex in socks. I'm like, leave them on, buddy.
Yeah,
if
I find
you
it
want
funny.
Socks on, leave them on.
A lot of guys leave them on.
They do, and I'm not mad at it. I'm like, I get it. I love socks.
It's kind of weird though, because like, why do guys leave them on but girls don't usually?
I don't know. Maybe because it's like an odd look, like for a girl to be naked except for socks, but for guys, maybe it's like more acceptable. I don't know. I don't want them on when I have sex.
Yeah, neither do I. But why do
But
guys want them on? If
they
you're
love,
a man
yeah,
listening,
tell us why you like having socks on.
why do you
when
like having?
fuck.
Yeah.
But I think I might actually marry socks.
Okay. Yeah.
I love socks.
You do you. You can marry socks.
Yeah. And then between sweatpants and sweatshirts, I'm like, honestly, hard.
Yeah.
I think I might. Oh, it's so tough because I love having like a comfy sweater on.
To be frank,
Yeah.
I only have one pair of sweatpants that I like.
Yeah, like that's the thing, but like I do. You're right though. I could live in leggings. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I would kill sweatpants and I would fuck a sweater. Cause like
Yeah.
and like a boyfriend sweater,
Oh.
very fuckable.
So fuckable. And you can wear it like with leggings, you know? Give me a boyfriend sweater
Yeah.
any day.
Yeah. I've stolen many sweaters from men.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
I haven't. Well, my ex was so large that like the shirts would go down to my ankles basically.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah.
like
right. You're
between my
smaller.
knee and
Yeah,
ankle.
Yeah, fair.
And then my ex before that was so small that like it wasn't cute.
comfy.
It was like he was smaller than me, and I'm like, well, then that's not.
Yeah, that's not a comfy sweater.
No, I don't feel petite and fun.
No, I've stolen so many sweaters from guys, and it's always like, this is the best.
Yeah.
This is the best sweater
Yeah.
that I own now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wear it until I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd marry socks, fuck a boyfriend, oversized comfy sweater, and kill sweatpants, unfortunately.
Would you fuck your own sweaters?
I think I would marry my own sweaters is the thing, but I've already married
But you've
socks.
already married socks.
Yeah, so, because I love my sweaters.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, thanks for being there once again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful.
This was nice.
Okay, good.
We hit some good topics.
Yeah.
We had some good conversation
Don't
points.
mess with Monica.
Yeah. We we talked about suing our associations. We have our films. Hannah didn't want her films
No, I
today.
didn't want anything today.
But that's okay. Hannah can do whatever she wants.
Thank you.
The background looks good, eh? Like, because even in the clip, it like, even though it's white.
Nice. I still want graphics.
We'll get
though,
graphics.
Or
If you guys have ideas.
send us graphics. Buy us things.
Yeah,
We'll
if
put them
anyone.
up.
If
we want to stop spending money, so if you want to buy us things, we'll put it behind us, unless it's like advertising.
we should make like an
Then you have to
Amazon
pay us.
registry
Oh, we should.
for Menti Breaky.
and then pick out posters.
Yeah. And then, but yeah, if anyone like runs a podcast or like can help us in any sense of the manner with podcasting, let us know. We're always open to help.
Yeah, please.
All right.
You
Well,
wanna
have a great week,
produce this
everyone.
for free.
Yeah. If anyone wants to,
And do a good job.
if anyone wants to produce this podcast or sponsor it
Yeah.
for,
Do you own a massive podcast network? Invite us.
yeah, we'd love.
We'd love to be a part of it. Okay, love you all.
I just burped. Love you all. Have a great week. Thank you so much. We love you, XO.